Now, the cuts were announced late Friday, meaning educators, parents, and school boards are meeting today to review them. Diane Dewing is the president of the Ontario Teachers Federation, and she joins us now. Thank you for being with us.
You're very welcome.
So let's first start with the impact you believe these cuts could have.
Right now, I believe the greatest impact is going to be immediately on the programs that are being delivered to some of our most at-risk students. That's the immediate impact, and I suspect boards are going to be working very hard over the next couple of days to try and mitigate that impact for this year. But long term, the piece that most concerns me is the message that our government is sending to our most vulnerable students and to their parents and community, that their needs don't matter.
And to that point of you saying that this is sending a message, we know that in terms of the monetary value of it all, it is a small amount of money in the overall provincial budget. But part of your concern is about the costs in the future that you maybe can't really put a dollar figure on. So tell us a little bit about those concerns.
So it is my profound belief that the future of Ontario sits in our classrooms today. And if we don't equip all of them, every single one of them, with the skills that they need, we will all pay dearly in the future. We will have a population that will not be able to navigate through the vagaries of a future economy, which may shift regularly. We have an excellent education system in Ontario, one that we have been very, very proud of. But these death by 1,000 cuts that seems to have started and we fear may continue, are going to undermine all of the efforts that we've made. You know, education is fundamentally not an expense. It is an investment. It is an investment in Ontario's future. And to see students who are the most vulnerable, those who are at risk in our schools, be attacked first, sends to me and to teachers all around me the message that no one is safe.
And now we did want to also bring to our viewers' attention to Diane that the minister, Ontario's education minister, Lisa Thompson, did email a statement to CBC Toronto, and here is just a part of it. It says the program fund has a long track record of wasteful spending, overspending, and millions of dollars in unfunded commitments. When you hear that statement from the Education Minister of Ontario, what's your reaction to it?
For goodness sake, I've never heard anything like that ever come from a government's mouth, to say that they're spending money and it's wasteful and they haven't dealt with it. If there has been a problem in one particular area, then certainly deal with it. But you don't pull funding from the most at-risk and vulnerable students that we have in our society simply at will, late in a Friday afternoon, hoping that it'll all blow away by Monday morning. I'm absolutely disgusted with that statement, and more to the point, because they were unable to provide a single shred of evidence that it is true.
And finally, just in terms of the long-term impact of this, and you have partially touched on this, and we know that school boards and teachers and parents are all going to meet and try and review what this could mean. What do you think the long-term impact is, or is this a sign of things to come down the road?
I fear it is indeed the sign of things to come. And I think all the adults in the room need to get together, and we need to be talking about our future, and our future is our children. The future is in our classrooms, and we need to be making sure, as the adults in the room, that good things are happening and that these children are supported in their learning journey. You know, we don't adults, and when we undercut the needs of our most vulnerable, they cannot be the best that they can be. I have great fears for the future of Ontario in the short term. In the long term, I have to believe that good people will prevail and good policies will prevail, and I certainly hope that the government joins the adults in the room.
All right, Diane. Well, thank you for joining us today with your thoughts on those developments. Diane Dewing is the president of the Ontario Teachers Federation.